So in section 1.5, we're looking at surds, and the first section is just about simplifying surds. And surds is like collecting like terms. So something like x squared plus 2x plus 3x squared minus 5x. We know that we can only add x squared to 3x squared, and we can only subtract minus 5x from the 2x because they are like terms. The same with surds. You can only add and subtract like surds. So 1 root 3 plus 1 root 3, the 1 is invisible, is 2 lots of root 3. 5 root 3 plus 2 root 3 is 7 lots of root 3. And here I've got the 10 root 3 minus 6 root 3 as like terms. 10 take away 6 is 4 root 3 plus root 5 minus root 4, and you have to spot the square numbers. Root 4 is a 2, so minus 2. And we always take the positive root unless we're told something different. So it's minus, so it's this minus is that, and the root 4 is 2. Now, how do you simplify root 12? Sometimes they can be very prescriptive and ask you how to do that. A good way to check, at least, is to put it into your calculator, and you'll see that you get root 12 is exactly the same, is equivalent to 2 root 3. Well, how did we get there? You would get there by listing the factors of root 12, and all the factors are written as roots. Root 1 times root 12. Not very helpful, to be honest, so I never include it. Root 2 times root 6. Root 3 times root 4. And that's it. And the trick here is to spot the square number. This is the same as root 3 times 2, which is just changing the order. 2 times root 3. For root 20, I will do the same. I'll list the factors, and I'll start with the 2 times table. Root 2 times root 10 doesn't go into root 3. Root 4 times root 5, and I've spotted the square number, so that gives me 2 root 5. And that's root 20. So now what I actually have is 2 root 5 divided by 2. Well, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and I'm simply left with root 5 as the answer. And something like this, 5 root 6, take away 2 root 24 plus root 294. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check that there are no square numbers. I know 6 is not a square number. I know that 24 is not a square number. I'm not sure about 294, so I'm going to check if root 294 is a square number. No, it's not, but interestingly, it's a 7 root 6. Often they'll ask you to show your workings. They might ask you to show your workings, so it's good to be able to show that. I'm interested in the root 6 because of the root 6 here. Because to simplify, I need to have like roots. So this has come from root 49, that's where the 7 came from, times root 6, which is 7 root 6. And the 24, I've got negative 2 times root 24. So that's negative 2 times root 4 times root 6. And again, I've spotted the pattern. It's going to be something to do with root 6. So I know that the factor of 24 is 4 times 6. So root 4 times root 6. So this is negative 2. That's the negative 2. Times root 4 is 2 times root 6. Negative 2 times 2, negative 4 root 6. So this is what I've got. 5 root 6 minus 4 root 6 plus 7 root 6. So 5 take away 4 is 1, plus 7 is 8 root 6. 8 lots of root 6. And the final part in this introduction to surds is the brackets, multiplying brackets. And you would multiply what's outside by everything that's inside. Root 2 times 5 is 5 root 2. Root 2 times negative root 3, well, when we're multiplying, and again, check it with your calculator, you could do something like this. Root 2, then use the arrows, times root 3 is root 6. Yes, you can't add or subtract surds unless they are alike, but you can multiply them. 2 times 3 is 6, so negative root 6. We can't simplify anymore. With expanding brackets, I would multiply 2 by 5, and then 2 by a positive 2 root 3, and then negative root 3 by positive 2 root 3, and negative root 3 by 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times a positive 2 is 4 root 3. Negative root 3 times 5 is negative 5 root 3. And then negative root, so it becomes a negative times a positive, which is a negative, becomes a root 2 root 3 times root 3. Root 3 times root 3 is simply 3. So this becomes 2 times 3, which is 6. So that becomes negative 6. And I've got like terms here, and the numbers are also like terms. 10 take away 6 is 4, and plus 4 take away 5 is minus 1 root 3, and I don't need to write the minus 1.